Sagittarius, it's time for you to look deeply into a truth your heart has been avoiding for far too long. I'm going to say this plainly, because if I don't, you'll keep getting hurt in the most subtle way possible. The kind of hurt that slips in quietly until one day it's far too late to undo. There is someone very close to you. Close enough that you've confused their presence with comfort. Close enough that you believed they were safe. But the truth is, they are more dangerous than any warning you've ever heard. This is not a vague worry. It's not a passing intuition. This is a real person, right now, in your life, wearing a mask so carefully crafted that even your sharp Sagittarius intuition hasn't been able to see through it. And what you're about to discover will leave you silent. It will make you question your ability to read people, something you've always taken pride in. It will make you realize that you've been standing in front of cruelty. But your generous heart kept blinding you to what was really happening. And I wouldn't say any of this if it weren't necessary, if it weren't meant to protect you from a much deeper emotional blow. Because the truth is, this person isn't just deceiving you. They are actively working against your best interests. They use your kindness. They use your generosity. They use the trust you give so freely. And when you finally see the whole story, the part that will hurt the most won't be what they did, but how cold, how calculated, and how intentional their actions truly were. I know you, Sagittarius. You always look for the light in people. You want to understand them, heal them, believe that everyone can change. That is one of the most beautiful parts of you. But it's also the part of you that becomes a perfect target for someone who knows how to take advantage. Some people don't come to your light to be healed. They come to steal it. And this person has done exactly that. They've been watching you, learning how you think, learning how you react, learning the words that soften your heart and the weak spots they can use to bend your spirit. And then they use all of that like a toolbox to keep you exactly where they want you, kind, giving, and always offering more than you receive. They make you believe that supporting them is natural and that taking from you is their right. But the truth is, you're slowly burning out, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. They drain your energy. They take your ideas, your time, your creativity, and then they claim the outcome as their own. They plant responsibilities on you that were never yours to carry. They make you feel like you owe them when you've never owed them anything. And the darkest part of all this is not what they do, it's why they do it. Not a mistake, not a misunderstanding, a choice. They like it. They enjoy the feeling of having emotional power over you. They enjoy watching you depend on their approval. They enjoy the control, the invisible strings, the influence they hold over you without you even knowing. For Sagittarians with strong intuition, you've probably felt the signs already. A strange pause in their reaction, a cold shift in their tone, a vague inconsistency that made your chest tighten even if you couldn't explain why. You called it a bad vibe, but it wasn't a vibe. It was your survival instinct whispering to you. Today, I'm going to walk you through the exact signs that will reveal who this person truly is. I'm going to show you the behaviors you've overlooked because your Sagittarius heart is too open, too forgiving. And most importantly, I'm going to give you the tools to protect yourself, take back your power, and flip the entire situation before they do any more harm. But you must understand this clearly. You are under attack, and it is the worst kind of attack, the kind that comes from someone you trust. Sagittarius, you need to open your eyes now. Admit something with me. You always believe in the best in people. You see potential where others only see flaws. You give second chances, third chances, even more, because you truly believe every soul can grow. But this emotional generosity, this open-hearted faith, is exactly what makes you the perfect target for someone who knows how to exploit it. They didn't come to your light to bask in it. They came to take it. And Sag, you've felt the exhaustion, haven't you? The more you give, the more drained you feel. The kinder you are, the more you get used. The more understanding you show, the more they expect. Hear me. This is not your fault. This is your lesson. A lesson the universe is sending to teach you something essential. Kindness only has value when it doesn't cost you your sense of self. This person thinks they've figured you out. They think they've mapped your heart. They think you'll never leave because your compassion is too deep. Sagittarius, you are not a weak flame. You are the kind of fire that burns brighter the moment you're pushed into a corner. And the second you see this truth clearly, you will go back to doing what you've always done best, reclaiming your freedom. So get ready, because in the next part, I'm going to help you name every sign you've overlooked and show you how to take back your full power without fighting, without confrontation, and without letting yourself get hurt ever again. Are you ready to wake up, Sagittarius? Sagittarius, this danger isn't coming from the outside world. It is coming from someone very close enough that you once believed they belonged in your safe circle. Someone you may have considered a soulmate, even family. But in reality, they've used that closeness to climb on your shoulders, to create the illusion of alliance, while hiding intentions far colder, far more calculated than you ever imagined. The universe is revealing this to you now because you're about to make an important decision involving this person. And if you make that choice while still believing the mask they're wearing, you may end up handing them exactly what they need to hurt you in the deepest way possible. But if you awaken now, if you look through the honeyed words, you won't just protect yourself. You'll flip the entire situation in a way they never saw coming. Sagittarius, are you brave enough to face the possibility that you were wrong about someone who once meant so much to you? I believe you are. Because truth only frees those who dare to look at it directly. Let me show you exactly how this person operates because you need to recognize the pattern. First, they made you feel special. They paid more attention to you than usual. They listened to you in a way that made you think, this connection is rare. They created closeness so quickly that even you felt something was off, but you allowed yourself to go along with it. But that feeling wasn't natural. It was intentional. It was strategy. They wanted you to let your guard down as fast as possible. So they started with small favors, little requests that seemed harmless, maybe even sweet. And because you're generous, you helped. But the moment you helped once, they pushed the boundary a little further, and then further, until you no longer noticed that these little favors had quietly turned into obligations. And when you hesitated or when you finally needed to take care of yourself, they knew exactly how to trigger guilt in you. They made you feel selfish, unkind, insensitive. They used your own values, your compassion, and your sense of community as weapons to twist your reality. You believe in contributing. You believe in doing the right thing. You believe in helping people when you can. And they turned all of that into tools of manipulation. They planted doubts in your mind. Who really cares about you? Who's against you? Who understands you like they do? They position themselves as the only one who truly gets you, separating you from anyone who might expose their true nature. It was a subtle kind of isolation, quiet, gentle, never dramatic. And by the time you noticed, you were already standing alone. And if right now you feel your chest tightening, if something inside you whispers, "Oh God, this feels familiar," that's because your subconscious has known the truth for a long time. Only your heart was too hurt to face it. Sagittarius, hear me clearly. This person does not act this way because they're wounded, not because they're confused, not because they're lost. They act this way because they choose to. Some people in this world are guided by compassion, authenticity, and the desire to create goodness. But others are guided by power, control, and self-interest at any cost. And you cannot heal someone like that with kindness. You cannot change them with understanding. You cannot save them with patience. They do not want to change because they benefit from who they are. Every time you forgave them, every time you overlooked their behavior, you sent them a silent message. You can keep doing this to me. The cruel see kindness as weakness. They see forgiveness as permission. They see your loyalty as an open door to take even more. Sagittarius, the part that will terrify you most when the truth hits is not who they are, but how much time, how much opportunity, how much of yourself you poured into someone who never intended to give back. But don't blame yourself. This lesson is not punishment. It is refinement. It is growth. It is the universe teaching you who truly deserves to stand near your fire. Because once a Sagittarius sees the truth, you don't just walk away, you rise. You return stronger, clearer, untouchable. Sagittarius, ask yourself this honestly. How much energy, how much faith, how much tenderness did you pour into a connection that was broken from the start? How many times did you blame yourself for pain that wasn't yours? How many times did you accept less than you deserved because someone made you believe you were the problem? Here is the truth that matters most. Understanding cruelty doesn't make you bitter, it makes you wise. It teaches you the difference between generosity and exploitation. It teaches you to protect your beautiful heart with boundaries, not fear. It teaches you that you can still be powerful, pure, and radiant, just not accessible to those who come only to drain you. And I won't lie to you. The truth will hurt. When their mask finally falls, when the story you believed collapses, When you see how many times you were used while thinking you were loved, you will feel pain. You may think you were foolish even though you weren't. You may doubt your judgment even though the problem was never your intelligence, but your compassion. Feel that pain. Let it move through you, but do not let it destroy you. Use it as fuel. Use it to awaken. Use it to protect yourself and step into a stronger version of who you are. Sagittarius. In the days ahead, what you need to pay attention to is not their words, but their actions. Manipulators are masters of language. They know how to twist words just enough to soften you. They know exactly what to say, to make you doubt your own intuition. But actions never lie. Look closely. Do they keep their promises? Do they value you when they don't need anything from you? Do they support you publicly, or only treat you well when it benefits them? And watch something else. How they talk about other people when it's just you and them. Because if they can talk badly about everyone else with you, you can be sure they're also talking badly about you with everyone else. Watch whether they play the victim in every situation. Do they always blame someone else? Do they avoid responsibility? Do they make you feel guilty for things that were never your fault? Watch whether they quietly pull you away from the people who genuinely love you. Watch whether they make you feel like you have to fight for their attention, for their approval, for their affection. And most importantly, pay attention to how you feel after being around them. Do you feel uplifted or exhausted? Do you feel peaceful or drained? Do you feel confident or doubting your own worth? Can you be the real you, or do you have to control every reaction just to avoid conflict? Your body knows the answer. Your nervous system has been warning you for a long time. You only need to start listening to it. This person's cruelty is not obvious. If it were obvious, you would have walked away a long time ago. It's wrapped in sweetness, in fake concern, in a kind of intimacy that feels warm at first, but is carefully constructed. They hurt you, then convince you that you're too sensitive. They use you, then make you feel like you owe them something. They belittle you, and then expect you to feel grateful for the advice they gave you. This is the most dangerous kind of toxicity, the kind that makes you doubt your own reality. But Sagittarius, you're not crazy. You're not imagining things. If something feels wrong, it's because it is wrong. Ignoring the signs won't protect you. It will only make you more vulnerable. And when the truth finally comes out, and it will come out, you will have to make a choice. You can confront them, but remember, people like this almost never admit fault. They will deny everything. They will twist your words. They will accuse you of being paranoid. They will paint you as the villain. They are experts at becoming the victim the moment they're exposed. Or you can walk away, cut them out of your life. Stop giving them access to your energy, your opportunities, your ideas, your time, your kindness. That is not cruelty. That is self-protection. You don't owe them an explanation. You don't need permission to choose your own happiness. You don't need to stay to prove anything. But be careful. When they realize you finally see through them, they will try harder than ever. They'll use the same tactics that worked on you before, pulling on your goodness, pulling on your generosity, pulling on your belief in people's potential. They might change temporarily. They might act perfect for a little while. But don't be fooled. Once you've seen someone's true nature, don't let them convince you that you were wrong. Sagittarius. Truly good people don't need to convince you they're good. They don't need to explain it, justify it, or build a story to sell you their kindness. Real kindness shows up naturally, quietly, consistently. You don't have to hunt for proof, it's everywhere. But with this person, it's the opposite. You had to create excuses for them. You had to tell yourself they didn't mean it. You had to silence your own intuition, even though your intuition is one of the strongest among the signs. And that was the first big warning sign. But remember this. The moment you step out of this person's energy, you will feel a relief you didn't even know you were missing. At first, you may feel guilty because you spent so long bending yourself to hold this connection together. But this is not giving up. This is liberation. There's a huge difference between leaving someone who's truly trying and walking away from someone who is harming you on purpose. And in the weeks after you create distance, something powerful will happen. You will start to see your life clearly again. You will realize how much you twisted yourself to fit their demands. You will see how many of your decisions were shaped by their moods, their needs, their expectations. You will see how much energy you wasted trying to please someone who never valued you. And when their influence disappears, you will feel your mind clearing, your emotions stabilizing, your intuition returning, and the sky inside you opening up again. You will feel like yourself whole, free, unmolded, unjudged.